The Olympia tradition is a family tradition which goes back over 3/4 of a century.
Leopold Schmidt, a brewer and state legislator from Montana, first journeyed to Olympia in the state of Washington in 1894. Leopold had long been searching for a brewing water to match the great ones of Europe. As the story goes, he heard about the water in a barber shop.
This barber told him of this location in Tumwater, where this water was coming out of the earth on its own. And he said it's the purest water he'd ever tasted. He advised him to go down and take a little taste of that. After searching, he found that water, tasted of it, and it was perfect. Just tasted so much different than any other water. It just tastes like it's just absolutely pure. No metal taste, chlorine, or anything of this nature. It's just well water. Beautiful. And cold. Very cold. Clear as a crystal.
Leopold was trained as a brewmaster. However, he wasn't a man to trust his instincts, so he quite naturally sent the water east for analysis.
The lab tests that came back were that it was one of the best brewing waters that had ever been tested. So he bought the property and started building the plant. It was a Capital Brewing Company at first, and the first beer was on the market in 1896 in October. Olympia beer made at the Capital Brewing Company.
The company name was changed to the Olympia Brewing Company in 1902.
During the period of 1905 and 1906, the brewery expanded. They built a new brew house, a new set of cellars, and in fact markedly expanded their capacity in just a very short while.
The Olympia companies packed and supplied fruit juices, jellies, jams, and preserves to our armed forces and to a large market throughout the United States.
Prohibition had come to Washington, Oregon, and Idaho by 1916. By that time, Olympia was manufacturing carbonated fruit juices. These were really the forerunners to soda pop.
National prohibition went into effect in January 1920.
The Olympia Brewing Company, as such, during Prohibition, just maintained its corporate identity.
The stock market crash of '29 was followed by the breadlines of 1931. On the 7th of April, 1933, the repeal of national prohibition became effective.
Because of the superior water, Peter and Adolf Schmidt decided to put all of their energies into reorganizing the Olympia Brewery at Tumwater. The new plant was built in our present location, and the first new Olympia beer was marketed in January 1934.
We use the same techniques as before in brewing. We use the same materials and, of course, the same water. We never sacrifice quality. Never have. Never will.
During the war, we had sufficient grains to get by and to keep at a level production, but we did not cut the quality.
We wouldn't go to the substitute materials, and we wouldn't cut the quality of the product.
With At the end of the war, the Olympia Brewing Company resumed its progress.
The end of the Oregon Trail, a cavalcade of growth in the great Northwest, presented by the Olympia Brewing Company on the eve of its golden anniversary.
In 1946, we installed an electrostatic precipitator. We were the first brewery in the United States to use one.
We were the only West Coast brewery to utilize 100% stainless steel kegs. We started a new addition to the bottle house, which was to house a much bigger, faster line than we'd ever had.
It's the water that makes it wonderful. It's the water that makes it...
Olympia, really a wonderful beer.
We only expanded to meet the demand for the product.
Olympia, really a wonderful beer. It's always understood it's the water. So golden smooth and so refreshing too. It takes a perfect water to make a perfect brew. Olympia, really a wonderful beer. It's so pure and good and sparkling bright, so fine and clear and always right. Olympia, that wonderful beer.
It's the water that makes it wonderful. It's the water that makes it wonderful. It's the water that makes it wonderful.
Today, we produce well over 3 million barrels of beer annually, and 250,000 visitors a year come to see the brewery's operation.
Well, folks, that's the story of our company, the Olympia Brewing Company. We hope you've enjoyed it. And now, let's take a look at our brewing and packaging facilities.
It's the water and a lot more.